The Big Show with Night Day. Barista-made coffee from $4.50. How good?
Don't fight it. It's time to go up a size.
This is the biggest.
This is the biggest.
Our biggest show.
The Hodaki Big Show.
With Jason Hoyt, Mike Minogue, and Keyzie.
Oh, g'day, you mad bastards. Great to have your company this Monday afternoon, the 16th of October, 2023. And you, my friends, are listening to The Big Show, brought to you by Night Day. And Mogi, you absolute stallion in your tight black tee there. How's life?
You're going pretty grousey, you mad dogger. You sick son of a bee. Hey?
Thanks, mate.
Good to have a Monday. We got a bit of sun over the weekend, didn't we, man?
We sure did,
so it
yeah.
feels like a whole new world. And we've got a few pretty amazing announcements to make today, so I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, very much so. Keyzie, how's life, mate?
Pretty good, fellas.
Not going to lie.
Yeah, you're pretty good.
Not going to lie, fellas, it's pretty damn good. I think what's actually happening now is I am getting a wee bit fuzzy after the weekend. I was full of energy this morning, got a lot done, and then as the afternoon's drawn on, I've just run out of gas.
You sure it wasn't a case of you were still a little bit steamed this morning?
Not this morning, no.
Oh, right.
Yesterday, yes.
Yeah.
Right.
But no, it was great. And we had a great afternoon at Mogie's, which we'll be getting into later in the show.
Yeah, Mogi's pool party.
So good.
I tell you what, it got pretty damn sexy and pretty damn raucous as the afternoon drew on.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, also coming up in the show, I've got some renovation chat.
Oh.
Because I took the opportunity over the weekend to do some renos. Keyzie had a terrible falling out with his beloved regarding the car.
Oh, yeah.
And, of course, after this mammoth sporting weekend, we'll have a bit of sports chat after 5 as well. But let's get into a tune, shall we? A bit of Faith No More.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
Yes, indeed, Faith No More there on the radio. Hodaki Big Show this Monday afternoon, 8 minutes past 4. Did someone just snort then?
I snorted because I was just loving my own eardrums I was doing there. I've got skills, man. I'm telling you what. It's a shame people can't see it. We should do a compilation video at some point.
I thought it was a bit over the top, actually, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah, it was a bit too much.
But what do you know about drums, man?
What do I not know about drums is more the question.
What's the name of the big symbol?
Pardon?
The Big Hole.
By the way, before we get into the big poll, feel free to text us at any time on 3483 and let us know how your weekend was. I'm genuinely interested. Now, the big poll today, very simple. The All Blacks, yes or no?
That's right. And I think by that we mean, how are we feeling about the World Cup? Are we going to win it? Right at this point.
Well, shouldn't we put, will the All Blacks win the World Cup, yes or no?
Yeah, maybe. Isn't that what we're saying? It's the same thing. It's the same thing. People get it.
Or is it just the All Blacks as a whole, yes or no?
Yeah,
right,
that's
how
right.
How we
what do you reckon? What do you reckon?
Yeah.
Feeling good? Feeling good. That was one of the worst sports viewing experiences I've ever had. I think the only comparison really would be the World Cup final in, was it 2011?
Yes.
How we won
try,
8-7, and it was that score for 10 years.
Yes.
And in fact, that experience was made even worse by the fact that when the final whistle went, I leapt in the air at the bar that I was at and accidentally kicked the stool next to me, which hit my ex-girlfriend in the shin, which led to the next 10 minutes for me having to make sure that she felt okay
while everyone
rather
was
than celebrating.
Right.
So I'd waited, since 1987, but she had a sore shin. Anyway, it was out of line on my part, and I've never forgiven myself. But yeah, bloody tense, man.
Yeah, bloody tense.
And they played incredible. And both teams played amazing. I'm so glad both teams played amazingly, and we won.
Yes.
Not one team was shit or we were shit. It was an incredible game of football. Nobody deserved to lose. Unreal.
Worthy of a final, actually.
Indeed.
And just on that last 3 minutes, I was literally down on one knee in front of the television, screaming, so much so that my wife said, will you please calm the down?
Yeah.
Yeah. She actually took a video of it. She was filming me and she was going to post it, and I went, nah. Because I really did look like a bit of a doofus, actually, and I was in my really daggy sort of tracky pants.
Oh, can we see that?
Don't be embarrassed.
I was literally on my knee going, hold the line!
Yeah.
Hold the line! And my wife was not impressed, but what an amazing match. You're right, both teams deserved to win. It was worthy of a final.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, the All Blacks, yes, but I still maintain, and we'll get into a bit of sports chat after 5 o'clock, the South Africans, to me, are the favourites. Keyzie.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think All Blacks, yes, based on that momentum into the RGs, hopefully do a number on them, but I still am extremely, extremely worried about South Africa. I still don't think we can do the whole thing. You know what I mean? I think we'll get to the final. I don't think we'll win the final at this stage.
Yeah. Do you have a yummy boy, Keyzie?
Yeah, sure, I can do it. Are you just keen to throw as many things on me last minute as possible?
Can I just add, have we ever beaten, how many times have we met South Africa in a final, and how many times have we beaten them? I feel like in Japan it was England, South Africa.
Yes,
I don't think
was.
we ever made the final.
No, they beat us.
So I think we've only made one final against them, and that was 95, which they won off the basis of some horrendous cheating. And all you South Africans that listen out there know exactly what I'm talking about. You cheat. You poisoned us. So I'd actually love another game against them. I really want it to be against France. I really wanted that.
Yeah, same. But I think, your classic South Africa-New Zealand final would be an absolute epic match. But you're a yummy boy?
Keyzie's Yummy Boy of the Week.
Yummy.
Adi Savia.
Artie is. The thing about that was, Artie got the turnover 2 minutes before the game ended. He was on the sideline, absolutely going the ball, and did not get the call from the ref. I was disgusted. Anyway, turned out well.
Yummy.
Fair enough. Tom Petty.
The Hodaki Big Show, weekdays at 4 on Radio Hodaki.
Tom Petty there on the Radio Hodaki Big Show this Monday afternoon. Great to have your company. The time is 17 minutes past 4 o'clock. Well, we had an exciting weekend, didn't we, fellas? Got together socially at Mogie's pool party on the Saturday afternoon.
Come
Good
on
times.
over. Yeah, it was. And we got actually a pretty sunny day, didn't we?
It was lovely.
You were out there, Jase, in your black jeans and your black shirt, sweating like a bastard.
Well, it was a blue shirt, but I'll take your point.
And not wearing a hat. I mean, I had a fair array of cool hats on offer for everybody to wear.
Unbelievably.
And for some reason, you just didn't want to take one. You just take the beating of the sun in your face.
Well, I'll be honest with you, Mogie. It had been so long since I felt the sun on my face,
Sure.
and I just wanted to sort of lap it up a bit. But I tell you what, she was fiercely hot in that courtyard. So much so that I had beads of sweat dripping down my very muscular and well-toned chest.
I did notice that, and the reason I noticed is because you had about 8 buttons undone.
Yeah,
And I
you did have
Way more buttons undone
This
than
is
normal.
good.
Can I
This
tell
is
you-
relaxed, Hoity J.
Can I tell you why I have that? Because my boosies have grown, and when I do them up to the normal button height, I feel like it's pulling on my boosies.
Sure.
And I feel like it's accentuating my boosies in a very unsexy way. But if I release them out of their captivity, then it's so much hotter. Keyzie.
Totally, Jase, totally.
Yeah.
It's just that you don't do that normally. You just did it when you're at Mogie's pool party. It was like casual Hoity J on the weekend.
That was good, and then of course everybody turned up, and everybody had their swimmers and their togs, etc. Keyzie and his budgie smugglers with his pubes hanging out.
Yeah.
And
It was a real nest, wasn't it? It was a real
It was
nest.
heinous. But they don't want to bag anybody. Thanks for coming and all of that. But then of course the pool wasn't quite up to scratch.
Yeah, no.
It was disgusting. If you want to see a photo of it, head to the Hodaki Big Show's Instagram page. There's a photo of us up there enjoying it.
Can I put it up for one of the worst pools that exists anyway?
Yes, you could. You could actually.
Well, I don't think I've ever seen a worse one.
And unless it gets sorted, particularly with that sort of horrendous water at the bottom of the pool that was sort of swampy.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to have a sandfly city there in
Not
about
good.
maybe 3 or 4 weeks, I reckon. It's just going to be clouds of sandflies.
I agree.
How deep? So the level that we saw the water, how much further down would it go until
Probably
the bottom?
another foot and a half.
Foot and a half.
Yeah.
And you could not see maybe 10 centimetres into it. It was so dark green.
Yeah.
And there was like leaves and all sorts of weird plants growing in it.
Oh, it's not good. It's not good.
I tell you what I was shocked by, actually, was Keyzie ran through his beers pretty quickly. And almost, like, I think we were
Responsibly, you mean?
20 minutes into the party there, Mogie, and he was like, Mogie,
Yeah.
do you mind if I grab a couple of beersies from the fridge? Oh, they crafties.
yeah.
Oh, this.
I didn't know they were crafties.
And then he was like, he said he had to go very soon, but then he ended up staying for hours hoeing into the craft beers.
I know. And then he left, and his chiller bag was more full than when he arrived.
Yeah, that
Do you
was
know what I mean?
weird.
Yeah, that was weird, fellas. I don't know what was up with that. Well, the reason was I arrived there thinking I was going to leave in about 2 hours' time, and then plans sort of changed out of
Sure.
my control.
Totally.
And then I just had to, responsibly hoe into Mogie's stock.
Yeah. Yeah,
But it
well,
was fun,
It
though.
was bloody lovely to see us, and I think we'll be doing a bit more of that.
Yep.
And everyone was there. Pugsy was there. His missus couldn't make it. She was busy. But, yeah, in future,
Yeah.
a bit more of that, I reckon.
Yeah, it was interesting. My wife sort of talking about the interesting dynamics between the three of us.
Ah, right.
You know, it's quite interesting for our wives to be there with us, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think probably not as interesting as we think, given that we pretty much just banged on about the show the whole time.
Hey, but it was great.
It was great.
Good
My
times.
favourite part was when Mogi got his burnt hamburger nips out. That was great.
Oh,
So
it
good.
was so hot, man. They were quite burnt, Mogi, actually.
I know.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
Yes, indeed. Stone Temple Pilots there on the radio. Hodaki Big Show this Monday afternoon, 27 minutes past 4 o'clock.
And if you are into your craft beers and your delicious food, just a reminder that Hodaki is presenting the Dunedin Craft Beer and Food Festival. It is returning 3rd and 4th of November down in Dunedin at Forsyth Bar Stadium. Angie and also Matt Heath will be down there pouring the brand new beers. And if you're keen to win free flights, accommodation for you and a mate and tickets, head to hodaki.co.nz.
I think on that front, actually, Keyzie, they made Angie the queen of that particular beer festival.
Really?
She was so beloved by the people.
Well, I'm not surprised, to be
Yeah,
honest.
yeah,
So to go and pay your respects to the Queen, hodaki.co.nz, enter the competition there. Fellas, had a bit of a shocker. Well, I don't think I had a shocker. It's turned into me having a shocker.
Yeah.
We had some friends stay the night at our place. We live out west, up here in Auckland. And so that they could park up the driveway, because I live down a long driveway, and the female of the couple is pregnant currently, so we're like, you can park down the driveway.
Bit of exercise would be good for her.
Totally. And so I decided to move one of our cars in our two spots, put it on the road so that there was a spot for them. I hopped in my wife's car, which is worth more than mine.
My wife.
And she said, oh, no, don't put mine on the road. Put yours on the road. Mine's worth more than yours. And I was like, it'll be fine. It's one night. Don't even worry about it.
Sure.
Next day, come out.
Neck minute.
Oh, Nick Jase, very funny. Very funny.
I wasn't trying to be funny. I was just
Neck minute.
just neck minute.
Yeah. Well, if you weren't trying to be funny, it was very funny. Came out and someone smashed the driver's side window of the car, right? Just smashed it. That's it. They didn't then try and break in. They didn't then try and, hotwire it or whatever and steal it. They just smashed it. It was almost like someone just wanted to vandalise it, basically.
Sure.
Glass everywhere, all over the road, all inside the interior, small shards of glass, so much so that I opened the door handle and somehow there was glass under the door handle and cut my fingers. You know what I mean?
Okay, Keyzie?
No, I'll be fine.
Did they do wheeze in the car?
I honestly thought someone might have done wheeze in the car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was just a smashed window and then that's it. So it's
Yeah.
like some kids or something smashed it, drove off.
Wow. Yeah.
What do you mean, wow?
I mean, it's pretty obvious, isn't it?
Well, no, why?
It's your wife. Your wife did it.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
To teach you a lesson. Because she said to you, look, my car is the most valuable. Let's not park that on the street. Let's park your old heap out there. You've run your, big know-it-all attitude.
Well,
Once again, she can't get anything her own way. It's always your way or the highway. So she just thought to herself, look, I'll just go out there and, put a stiletto through the window. You bloody beauty. And next time maybe you'll listen to me. I mean, you won't.
Nah.
You won't. But, you've got to see it through her eyes.
Right.
Totally. And I'm just thinking to myself, actually, Mogi, can you imagine, would Keyzie ever leave his little truckie out there?
Hell no, that's in the garage.
I don't think so.
No.
And
It's
can you
locked.
imagine if someone had broken the window of his little truckie?
Yes.
It would have been just...
Jase.
You know what it would have been,
would have been a
man?
war zone.
It would have been tears.
Oh, yeah.
It 100% would have been tears because it's not a little truckie. It's a 67 Chevy truck, or I restored it. It's massive, by the way.
Yeah.
And that lives in the garage.
Yeah.
And the reason I didn't put mine on the road was because we had another car parked behind it, so hers was easier.
That's right. So it was too much work for you to protect
Correct.
what is important to her. And that
Yeah.
is why she smashed the window.
Right, okay. So.
And I back her up on that 100%. You got to put her first a little bit more, man. Unbelievable.
But I just feel like...
I'm counting the days, brother. I am counting the days.
I'm just looking at your upcoming honeymoon, actually, and just going, shoo-wee.
But the
Please
thing-
Here
make
we
sure
go.
you've got
Hang on.
make sure you've got your camera on when you're on that holiday 100% of the time. All right?
Why?
Because you are going to need to have that evidence in court.
Yeah. Cheers, fellas.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
Led Zeppelin there to finish off the hour. Eyes to the front, Hoodie J.
I reckon. Jesus.
Yeah. Hey, now, have you heard about our Heartland chips?
Yeah.
Chips that we got involved with Heartland Radio Hodaki and Heartland, the Korean fried chicken and the garlic bread.
Yeah, Jase.
Flavors.
Yeah.
So good.
So yummy.
And not only can you enjoy them, but you could also win $5,000, can't they, Keyzie?
Yeah, man, you sure can.
That's true.
Hey, Mogi.
Yeah, that's true, man. That is true. I'm not going to tell you how to do it. That's a secret. You're going to have to go and buy a bag of chips. And actually, you could have had one of my bags of chips because I took some home
Yeah.
to snack on them. But what I've done is I've brought them back into the office today because I was like, I'm starting my new life today. I've got to get these things out of my house because I will sit there and I will smash a whole bag of those in about 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Did you notice when Mogi had us over for his pool party, all the snacks were just like Heartland chips?
Yeah.
All free shit.
What I was going to say is I was actually quite shocked by the amount of Hodaki stuff that was at your house.
Yeah, I got a Hodaki couch.
There is so much stuff that was, looks like it's come straight from the office and stationery and all sorts of stuff.
Remember when he was giving out hats, and he was like, hey, do you want a hat? And I was like, yeah, and it was a Beer and Pie July hat.
Yeah.
Like, what's that about?
You got a pie one.
Yeah, that's
Jeez.
right, it was cool.
It's
But
just crazy.
I've just seen here that it isn't, in fact, top secret how you win the cash. They actually want us to tell people. So the way you do that is you go and buy a pack of these chippies, garlic bread or Korean fried chicken, find them in the supermarket, take a photo of yourself holding a bag. And then if you've got Instagram, upload
A bag
it.
of chips, though, eh?
Yeah, why?
Not any old bag.
Nah, a bag of chips.
Good on you, mate.
So take a photo of yourself holding a baggie of the chips there, upload that to Instagram and tag us in it. Or if you don't have Instagram, hodaki.co.nz, upload it there, eh, Jase?
Yeah, great stuff. Now, listen, plenty more coming up after 5 o'clock, by the way. Keyzie tells us why he hates having house guests, Mogi.
Yeah.
I'll be very interested to hear about this.
More importantly, Jase.
But specifically the ones he had over the weekend.
but
No,
specifically
don't.
those
They were
ones.
lovely. More importantly, though, today is day one of you guys stopping smoking officially.
Again.
Durry chat after
Officially.
5 o'clock. Also, as we said earlier, massive sporting weekend we've just had, so we're going to have a bit of sport chat after 5 as well. So make sure you stay tuned and we'll get into it.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast. Catch them weekdays from 4 on Radio Hodaki.
Welcome back, you massive backbones. Incidentally, fellas, did you get into any election watching over the weekend there?
Nah.
I had it on mute with tunes on loud.
Yeah, I had it on for about 10 minutes and went, nah, not doing it. Just not doing it. Incidentally, if you missed the big poll today, the All Blacks, yes or no?
That's right. Feel free to vote up at the Hodaki Big Show's Instagram story. And don't forget that the Hodaki Big Show is brought to you by the great New Zealanders at Night Day. Did you know that not only do they have, your pies, your toppers, pizzas, all sorts of things like that, they also do dessert stuff. Like you can get chocolate fondant with vanilla ice cream for $5 every day in October.
That's unreal.
amazing.
Crazy, yeah.
I'm going to tell my wife that because I've been filthy the last couple of nights. She hasn't got any dessert stuff at all.
Really?
And I'll be sitting lying on the couch there in my trackies, going, what treats do we have, darling? And she'll be like, I don't know. And I was like, not what? There's no chocolate or ice cream or anything like that. She's
You don't
like,
think
nah.
you should go get some? Why does she have to go
busy,
get them?
Keyzie.
Doing what?
Renovations.
Hanging photo frames?
Yeah. Hey, now, we've got a lot coming up in this hour, so stay tuned. But let's kick it off with a bit of Foo Fighters, shall we?
Yeah.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
Foo Fighters there on the radio. Hodaki Big Show this Monday afternoon, 6 minutes past 5 o'clock. Massive sporting weekend, so let's get into a bit of sport chat.
It's sports. It's sports. It's sports. It's sports.
Chat.
Yeah, that's good chat.
That was so good, guys.
Thanks everybody. That was a team effort.
Should we chat sport?
Yeah, totally.
What do you want to start with?
Okay, well, let's do a little bit of the Cricket World Cup, which is happening at the moment over there in India. An absolutely magnificent result overnight with England getting absolutely pumped by Afghanistan.
How good.
Pretty good, man. I mean, I've got to say, it's not the way I thought it was going to go. The warm-up matches that we had warm-up matches against England where they pretty much pumped us. I think we managed to pull back a one or two.
Yes.
But they looked incredible. And I don't know what it is, whether it's the amount of cricket that people are playing at the moment. There's a lot of T20. To me, this is also signalling, really, this is the end of it for one-day internationals.
Yeah, quite possibly. It's a long watch, I'll give you that.
It is a long watch. the teams look exhausted. Teams that should otherwise be pretty good because there's so much T20 stuff to do around the world. There's all these guys are travelling around playing T20 all over the world in franchise cricket, and also been reflected in the size of the crowds. I think the crowds are probably the most horrific you've ever seen in any kind of a tournament for cricket. So I think it could be the end of it. So it'd be bloody nice to snatch one. At the moment, the standings make pretty good reading. New Zealand sitting second behind India, then South Africa and Pakistan. New Zealand and India are only two countries to have won all three of their matches. Sitting down the bottom is not the Netherlands, who are currently in ninth place, but Australia.
Yeah.
Who've played two, lost two, got pumped actually.
Yeah, so good.
And their net run rate is horrendous.
Yeah.
So not just losing, they're getting pumped.
Well, the great news is, England and Australia, and strangely enough, both really strong sides, just losing the plot at the moment. New Zealand, as we always do for some reason, turn it on at tournament time.
We do.
Read the small crowds, the visas and so forth, that's been a bit of an issue. And the fact that they took so long to actually schedule what matches were where and when. And
I accept your point on that, but at the same time, India is a country of 1 billion cricket freaks. So there's either a pricing issue or that. I just think they love their T20. I think that is the purest way to put it. And unless India is playing, they're not going to sit there all day watching Afghanistan versus the Netherlands.
It makes me think, though, that it has to be a pricing issue or something, because when I was working for Sky Sport for a long time, we'd be down at Eden Park, the Auckland Aces or something would be training, and there'd be 100 Indian cricket fans outside wanting to just get a glimpse of like a bench player.
Right.
It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
It has to be a pricing issue, because people would still pay to go see Trent Boult play.
Yeah,
And that stadium is friggin' empty.
And actually, just on that front, New Zealand, the Indian fans love New Zealand.
Yes.
They love the Black Hats, and they basically say that if India don't win, we want New Zealand to win.
That's right.
So that's interesting. The Rugby World Cup, segueing onto that. How good. South Africa, France this morning, another magnificent quarter-final. And I'll still maintain, I think the South Africans, the Springboks are still the favourites for this World Cup.
A hell of a game, and I was thoroughly enjoying it. I got up, took my daughter off to work, got her ready for school, and took her off. Came back to watch the second half. Got 6 minutes into the second half. Old hoity Jay takes it upon himself to text through the score to me. Absolutely thrilled. It saved me watching the rest of the game.
Oh, that's good.
So stoked about that. Cheers,
Shot,
mate.
Jase. That's really nice of you, brother.
Hey,
Don't text through. Oh, that was another great game. Text through the score.
Yeah, it was my bad. It was my bad. Also, let's not forget Fiji giving England a bit of a bloody good run for money.
Through the score.
I won't tell you the score on that one, but bloody close game again. So it's going to be South Africa, England. South Africa will destroy England. It's going to be New Zealand, Argentina. That'll be a tight battle, but I think we should prevail. It's going to be an All Black South African final.
Yeah.
And how good.
My hope is for an All Blacks England final.
I reckon
to pump them by 50.
Same.
That's my dream.
I reckon it'll be Warriors-Broncos final next year.
Keyzie, quickly,
go
Keyzie.
the Warriors.
Yummy boy.
I don't have one.
The Hodaki Big Show Podcast.
Split ends there on the radio. Hodaki Big Show this Monday afternoon, 14 minutes past 5 o'clock. Mogi and I getting back on the Durry train, or off the Durry train.
On the wagon.
On the wagon, as they say, Mogi?
Yeah, that's right.
So it's time for this. Keen for a Durry, mate?
Yeah.
You guys look so cool.
Durry Chat with Jason Mike.
And look, it would have been very easy for us both to give up after letting ourselves down so badly recently. Had another crack at it, but as I said, I never really felt like I was fully engaged in it. I had my concerns for myself, and sure enough, they came to fruition. But this time round, I'm feeling good, man.
Yeah. Well, I was, because if you missed the earlier part of the show, we had a pool party at Mogi's on Saturday, and I noticed you had a pouch of baccy.
I did.
And that concerned me, because I thought, it's going to take you a while to hoe through all of that. But you were saying earlier in the show that you got that and you filled it with water so you wouldn't be tempted.
That's
Good
right.
on you, mate.
Yeah, no, I did that. I think that might have been on the podcast chat there. Yeah, that's right. I know that I just have to, whatever I've got left at that time gets the water treatment and it goes in the bin. But I do. I feel good about it this time. I've started this fitness thing that goes from today for 6 weeks. I won't be drinking. I won't be smoking. I'll be eating the same thing every single day for 6 weeks, which will make me pretty boring. But it will make me easier to stay on the train. And I do think Like we've lost a couple of people lately, man.
Yes.
And there's people that are sick with cancer that are far too young to be having cancer, and it's just sort of occurred to me that I'm kind of taking the piss thinking I'm not going to get it.
Yeah.
And I'm not the kind of person that is going to be stoic in the face of a kind of a disease like that. I'm going to be an absolute useless piece of, I'll be hopeless.
Oh, so would
Absolutely hopeless.
So would I.
And then I was lying in bed last night and I had a weird vision, not even a vision really, I was just sort of having a really negative thought process. And I thought, what about if my 4-year-old daughter comes into my bedroom and I'm dead? How long is it going to take for somebody to give a ring or come around here and find that out? And I thought, I've had a good run, I can't take risks like that. There's no guarantee I'll get cancer, but there's no guarantee I won't.
Yes.
You may as well limit it.
Reduce
your
your
possibilities.
That's right.
Look, I'll be honest with you, it's going to be a battle for me.
Yeah.
It's going to be a battle.
Yeah.
A big, big battle.
Yeah.
Because life has its ups and downs.
It does.
You get thrown sometimes, and the old hoity-jay default system is have a durry.
Yeah.
If you're stressed out, have a durry. So I'm going to have to learn new habits.
Sure.
I've got my Nicorette gum, and I'm good to go.
Just on that, have you ever read that Alan Carr
No.
book? I've never read it either.
Shall we get that?
What is
and read
that?
it?
What is it?
It's an Alan Carr book. It's called How to Quit Smoking. And apparently is an immense help. That's how my mother gave up. Read it once. She'd been a pack-a-day plus for 50 years. Read the book once and hasn't smoked
So
since.
Marge.
Correct.
Well, it's amazing, isn't it? Because I told you about my granddad, Brum, and he gave up. They said to him, he smoked since he was 8 years old. He got to about 88 or something, and they said, Brum, you got to give up the cigarettes. And he went, all right. And that was it. He just gave them up.
But that's him. Obviously, he could do that, right?
Yeah. But for other people like myself, it's a bit more of a mental struggle.
It obviously is. Because I'm sitting here, I can't smoke because of my asthma when I was younger. So, come on, fellas.
Wait, no,
So I stay
I'm
sorry,
sorry.
from the cigarettes,
Sorry, Keyzie.
the vapes, all that sorts of things as
Yeah.
well. So last time you guys did it, I think it was about 2 or 3 weeks. 3 weeks you lasted. All right, so we've got to beat that this time.
Oh, yeah.
All right, we're going to smash it.
Well, the time before that, it was 2 years.
Oh, that's what I was blown away by.
Yeah,
You guys
yeah.
crushed it.
Yeah.
So let's do that again, fellas?
Yeah.
Join the party, New Zealand,
Yeah, jump in on this one.
3483.
And any hints or tips you've got for us if you have given up and it's worked for you, what are the tips that you've got? 3483.
Or you can call us on 0800 Hodaki if you'd like to win yourself a $50 night and day voucher and you've got something decent to offer, something helpful.
Great stuff, mate. Oh, tune.
The Cure, eh?
Yeah, man, the Cure.
The Hodaki Big Show, weekdays at 4 on Radio Hodaki.
Keen for a durry, mate?
You guys look so cool.
Durry Chat with Jason Mike. Yes, indeed, and we said give us a call on 0800 Hodaki if you got any tips and you could win yourself a $50 night and day voucher. Matthew did that. Matthew, you massive backbone, how's life?
How are you, you backbones? Yeah, good as. Hey, I've got a bit of advice for you guys.
Yeah, great stuff.
That's worked for me. So I've been off them for 2 weeks now since I last rang you guys.
Oh, good on you, mate.
And my advice would be cut up some apples, soak them in lemon juice, chuck them in a snaplock bag, biff them in your pocket, wherever you want to, whatever's good for you. Every time you want a durry, pull one of those bad boys out, shove it in your mouth, and, mate, I'll tell you what, the difference is out the gate.
Awesome.
Well, that's
working for me.
That's a really good tip, actually, Matthew, because part of my problem is what to do with your hands there, Mogi. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And, replacing it with a healthy option, bloody good idea, mate.
A healthy option as well, because a lot of times you'll find that people that give up smoking put on 40 kilos.
Yes,
so
that's right.
they do start eating, but normally not the good stuff. That's a great idea. Cheers, man.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, any fruit, you could do pear if you liked pears and you don't like apples, but anything, just soak it in lemon juice and just that bang to the mouth, it sort of wakes you up and makes you feel like, oh, no, I don't need that smoke. This is good,
Yeah,
on
good
you.
on you,
Okay,
mate.
that's
Hey,
good. Keep it up,
Matthew,
brother.
you're a backbone, mate. Thanks for the advice. Let's go to Cameron. Cameron, you mad bastard. How's life?
Oh, not too bad there, diggers.
Yeah, boy.
Good on you, mate. Have you got a bit of a tip for us too there, Cameron?
Well, yeah, I suppose so. I've had a few addictions, which I'm currently dealing with, but
Yes.
I'm about 10 years. I was about 45, I guess, when I first did tobacco.
Yes.
Wow.
The tailies first, and I actually used the vaporizer. I tried one day and thought, well, that'll do for me because I'd already had my head around it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Then I realised I started coughing up half the liquid, as you guys know,
Yes.
with the vapes.
Yep.
So I handled that for a year or two and then brought myself down with the milligrams of it. That was work for me.
So dial it down. I see.
Just reduce the
bring
nicotine.
meds down.
Yeah.
Good stuff, mate.
Rather than throwing myself deep off the edge, straight off the edge. And
White
a lot
knuckling
of
it.
anxiety in that. A lot of anxiety. And craving still for that puff of a drag of a real cigarette.
Yeah.
And you never find that. I never found it for myself in a vaporizer, but that helped undo that.
Right,
Yes.
That
because
feeling.
you can taper it down. Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah.
Good stuff, Cameron. Will you stay on the line? Thanks for the advice, mate. Well, there you go, Mogi. People
Well,
helping us out. Good stuff.
I appreciate it there. I mean, when we gave up for that period, that long period there, I jumped on the vapes, and they're bloody horrendous, man.
Yeah.
No.
A lot of texts coming through on 3483 as well. This one could work for you, Mogi. Maybe Jase could do this. Many moons ago, my boss bet me $50 that I couldn't give up.
Yeah.
Did it in 5 months. As soon as I got my 50 from him, I then bought a packet of cigarettes. So don't do that. But if you can, that'll be a good way to do it. Another good piece of advice here is actually wanting to quit. That's the first part. I can
Yes.
tell last time you guys didn't actually want to quit.
Yes.
No.
And to be-
Was it when we said that we didn't want to quit?
Yeah, it was that.
That was a
that
clue.
gave us away a bit.
And to be
didn't it?
honest,
Yeah.
Jase, I'm still feeling like you don't want to quit right now.
Oh, yeah, mate. You may be right.
I
right.
can tell Mike does because he's
Yeah.
going to do this diet thing. But yeah, the other piece of advice here is to get influenza and end up in hospital so that the ciggies just taste like ass.
Oh, yeah.
Well, they taste like arse anyway, really. Let's be honest. That's the other thing, too. They taste like crap.
Yeah, they do. They're not even cool.
Someone's just text through here saying the threat of physical violence works. First one to smoke gets a punch in the guts from the other. Worked for me and my brother 7 years ago.
Right, okay.
Oh my god! So the first one to have a dart, I should be able to smash them in the face.
I think so. Yeah, that'd be.
Jace, do you want a dart?
You'd break your little sensitive knuckles against my abs,
Honker?
mate.
What? I said face.
The Hodaki Big Show Podcast.
In the end there on the radio, Hodaki Big Show this Monday afternoon. 5:34 is the time, in case you were wondering.
Far out, man. Where does it go? Eh,
Yeah, no,
Mogi?
just a douche.
It's gone. So this weekend, right, Saturday night, I had some friends stay with us up from Christchurch. It was lovely to see them. They stayed at our place, and it was really nice. Had a great time. They stayed the night. We woke up, watched the All Blacks, cooked them scrambled eggs, bacon. We then went out to a delicious burger joint on the way to the airport. Had a nice meal, quite expensive burger joint, might I add. While we were eating, one of the two guests got up and paid for our entire meal to say thank you.
Sure.
Right, which is lovely. However, we stay at their house more than they stay at our house.
Right.
And so what they've done by buying, and it was epic, it was a delicious meal, and I was very grateful and kind of annoyed, was we stay at your house more than you stay at ours. Now we have to buy you dinner every single time.
Yeah.
I don't want to be caught in some situation where every time we see each other, we're going to buy each other dinner. Let's just never buy each other dinner, stay at each other's houses as much as we want. And you know what I mean?
So you've never, having stayed at their house, bought them dinner or anything like that?
No, we have.
Oh, you have?
Because they started this trend. Well, so you stay at the house, you bring a few gifts, right? Bottle of wine, maybe some treats and stuff. So we do that. And then they stayed at ours. This happened maybe over a year ago and bought us dinner. And then we stayed at theirs, and so I bought them dinner. You know, and then they've come back and bought, and then we stopped for a bit because we were kind of even. And then they bought us dinner again, so now I have to buy them dinner again.
Yeah.
And so now I'm just like, look, it's all going to come out in the wash. I get that, but let's just not buy each other dinner.
Yeah, I know what you mean. This is something that it really annoys me as well, actually.
Oh, right.
Because my wife is big on doing the same thing. Every time you go and see a friend, you've got to bring them something, like their, the Pope or something. And anytime they come to you, you don't accept anything that they bring.
Exactly.
It's like if you have a dinner, if you go to someone's house for dinner, you absolutely insist on cleaning up and doing the dishes. If anybody comes to your house, you refuse under no circumstances
That's right.
that anybody clean up or do the dishes.
I
And
agree.
I just don't get it. I
No.
don't get it. It's like, I'm all for helping clean up, and I think that is a good thing to do, but I'm not into saying that people shouldn't clean up at my house.
What about this?
I mean, I'll say it, but they should insist. I don't like this thing where you're buying... They're your mates. They're your mates. But
Yeah.
I do think, if there's an occasion, you shout your mate's stuff.
Yeah,
But
totally.
It's this expectation thing that it does annoy me.
Yeah, well, I mean,
and so to that end, that is why I've got no friends.
Yeah, well, I have expectations, quite high ones of my friends. If I cook them a dinner, and quite often I'll make a hooer of a mess, I expect those bastards to clean it up.
Bastards, aren't they your friends?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? and do the vacuuming. If there's any washing on the couch,
No, because-
they can fold it.
No, hang on, Jase.
You know what I mean? I don't go out of my way to invite them over to my home for them to be lazy asses.
Yeah.
There's no
you know
washing
what I mean?
to be done because you've also been insisted upon by your wife to clean the house 100% and pretend that's how you live.
Do you think, what do you think I spent Saturday doing before you losers came round?
Oh, was that tidy?
I was cleaning parts of their house that had never been cleaned before. I was like, what's happened to that windowsill? That is filthy.
I wiped some skirting board before they came
I
round.
had so much work to do over the weekend. I got none of it done because I was cleaning the effing and jeffing house.
So-
and that's just what you got to do.
And you're right when you say,
Except for
okay,
the pool. I didn't clean the pool.
people come to your house, right? They bring you a gift. You say, no, I don't want that. But you go to their house and you give them a gift.
I think that's really rude. I think you say thank you for that. I appreciate it.
No, but you do say that. Of course you say that. You can't say no, take it away. But I do say do not bring anything over. I don't want anything. Don't
Right.
bring it over.
Exactly.
Do you hide your sex toys, Keyzie?
Me?
Yeah. Do you take them out of the second drawer just because when they're putting the dishes away and stuff?
I feel like we're getting mixed up here, Jason. You're the one with your dillies in your second drawer, right? I keep mine in my cupboard.
Oh, in the cupboard.
Yeah. So they're not going in there. Unless
Like the
that's
pantry with all the food and stuff.
No, not the food cupboard.
Oh, right.
The cupboard in the boudoir.
All right. Interesting.
What do you think, New Zealand 3483? Is this BS or am I just whinging about nothing?
Yeah, probably.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
Alice Cooper there on the radio. Hodaki Big Show this Monday afternoon. The time is 5:47. Now there's a league triple header happening at Eden Park this weekend, fellas, I believe.
That's right.
New Zealand versus Samoa.
Yeah, so the Kiwis, they're going to be taking on Toa Samoa. The Kiwi Ferns taking on Tonga. And for the first time in 17 years, the NZ Kiwi A team will be assembling as well. There are tickets available from Ticketek. It is happening at Eden Park in Auckland. We've got a whole heap of double passes to that. So if you'd like one, give us a call now on 0800 Hodaki.
Yeah, that'll be great entertainment, actually. Sounds
Yeah,
good.
man.
That's right.
You'd be there, wouldn't you, Mogi?
Well, League, I think I'm actually going down to Wellington that weekend, so
Oh, right,
I'm
okay.
gutted about it. But
Yeah.
there's nothing like seeing a bit of international Buckler League.
Absolutely. And it's at Eden Park too, one of the best stadiums in New Zealand.
Yeah.
And
Home
so,
of rugby.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
Give us a
in
call.
your face.
0800 Hodaki. Now, here's a question. We started arguing a bit about this off air, and I wanted to put it out to the listeners because I reckon that some of them would agree with me, right? So, in the end of that game there, the All Blacks taking on Ireland. This is Union chat now.
Yeah, rugby union.
We had the ball and did a pathetic little bomb that went forward about 5 metres, tried to contest
Where
it.
were we on the field?
We were probably between the 22 and the halfway attacking.
Sure.
So we would be, 30, 40 metres out from the try line.
Sure.
We have the ball. We're muscling our way upfield. Then we decide to do a bomb that goes about 5 metres forward, right? We try to contest it. We don't get it back. They catch it. And in that next passage of play, it was that one with heaps and heaps of phases where eventually they worked their way all the way downfield and then Geordie made that amazing tackle to save a try.
Yeah.
Yes.
That all came from us doing a bizarre just kick. Try to contest it. It didn't work. We seem to do that all the time.
Yeah.
Why are we doing that?
So I think the first thing you would say is that the ball was not meant to go 5 metres.
Correct.
You're trying to land the ball just outside the 22 metre line.
Yeah, so they
So
can't
they're
catch
having
it
to
on the
bring
full.
it back from there.
Yeah.
And then you are back in your own defence to be able to either create an error or to drive over and get the ball at the breakdown.
So
To get it steal at the breakdown.
shouldn't you back your offense though? Like, why
Well,
are we
because-
backing our defense?
Well, because similarly, what you're able to do in that moment is when you're putting the bomb up, you're making their big timber, their big forwards have to turn around and get back in behind
Right.
the ball, so you're tiring them out, right? So it's about, it's a war of attrition. Over time, the more kicks like that you put up, if you're able to hit them as soon as they get the ball, then the forwards have no choice but to run back and have to get
Right.
behind the ball. Whereas if they make a break and get back in front of their own forwards, then it's a net game for them. But
Yeah.
that's what they're going for. I would totally agree that in a lot of the games they're doing it too much. The kicks haven't been executed very well, and the net gains haven't been that often. And it's not a great spectacle. It's for me. I hate watching.
I hate it.
But that is more in games that are outside of the World Cup. In games like that the other night where it's high tension, I don't mind it because everything is stressful to me anyway.
right.
Yeah, I'd get more into it, Keyzie, but I think the intricacies of rugby, probably just... But and also, defensive lines are like league lines now. They're so hard to break down. You've got to break it up
Right.
a bit on the field.
I just
okay?
thought, it's just something that I think a lot of listeners would be agreeing with, and so getting some explanation from Fozzie Mogi. It was much appreciated.
Sure. Hey, Jim from Auckland, you're keen as for those tickets for the triple header, yeah?
Yes, please. Yes, certainly am.
No worries, mate. They're coming your way.
Hey, Jim from Auckland, just checking, mate. The game is in Auckland. Will you be able to make that?
I live about 5 minutes away from it.
Oh,
All right.
sweet.
Perfect.
Lock it in.
Sweet.
Hey, tell you what, fellas, let's give away 2.
Yeah.
Logan from the North Shore, how you going?
Yeah, good, mate. How you going?
Yeah, blimmin' good, mate. You keen to go to that triple header?
Oh, absolutely. It's going to be a blast again.
Sweet as,
What do you
mate.
do for a crust, Logan?
I'm an IT project manager.
No! Backbone! Great stuff. Stay on the line there, my friends, and Pugs will sort you out. No worries at all.
How about that?
Awesome.
Too good. Too good.
So good.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
Radiohead there to finish off the hour. Hey, New Zealand, are you good at doing bombs, otherwise known as Manus? You could win $30,000 if you are. Listen after 6 o'clock, because we've got some amazing information to tell you about. Also, the results of the Big Show Big Poll, the All Blacks, yes or no?
And
A or E or U.
E or U?
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, what's on TV with Mogi?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So
It's
good.
goody too.
Is it?
Yeah.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast. Catch them weekdays from 4 on Radio Hodaki.
Welcome back, you mad bastards. Hope your Monday's going along very nicely indeed. Now, the podcast outro, What's That Say You? That's bonus material we do outside of the radio show. It's not the radio show. It's a separate podcast. It's a bit more behind the scenes. Now, every Monday it's a special day too because we give away a prize.
That's true.
To all those backbones out there that listen to the podcast.
Yeah.
And every day we have a Keyzie word. And
Yes.
if you send in all 5 Keyzie words to our Instagram account, you could win this amazing prize, Mogi.
And it is an amazing prize. I think this week we've got ourselves a vinyl, a signed Backbone T-shirt and a whole bunch of merch, man. Not to be sniffed at.
Yeah, so good. Elliot did that. Elliot, you massive backbone. How's life?
Oh, g'day, you mad bastards. How's it going?
Yeah, good, thanks, mate. Just to let you know what the words were last week. Skid mark, fashion, bender responsibly, robbery, and Mogi's birthday.
That's right. It's always a nice little trip down memory lane of the
It
week
is.
prior.
Yes.
Hey, Elliot, just quickly, mate, what do you do for a crust?
Oh, I'm a chippy, mate.
Backbone. Good stuff,
And I
mate.
don't up on that. I also work at the Bosch Market downtown.
Swashies.
Yeah, mate.
Oh, sicko. What a
the-
sicko.
Bloody
The
oats.
pub down here in Auckland. Yeah,
Yes.
what a real sicko.
Good
actually.
stuff. Well, the amazing thing for you, Elliot, is you've won yourself an extraordinary prize. Tell them all about it, Keyzie.
Well, as Mike just said a
yeah,
few
he said.
seconds
I was wondering
ago,
if he said that.
signed
yeah.
Backbone T-shirt with brand new silver signature pens, Hodaki merch of various things and varieties, and some sweet vinyl to play on your vinyl player, Elliot.
Oh, too bloody good.
Thanks for
Good
listening,
on you,
mate.
mates.
Really appreciate it.
Yeah, we do. Stay on the line and Pugs will sort you out. And this is a little bit what the podcast sounds like. I'm actually very panicky about cleaning up after
I
myself.
know.
Not in the
Yes.
studio, though.
Yes, I always take my glasses and stuff. Not my eyeglasses
No,
sometimes.
you
So
leave your
sometimes
water glasses all the time.
I do not.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, bullshit.
To the ACC
And,
No,
then,
I
and,
do
then, and then you
not.
come in the next day and you complain about Heath leaving his here, which is ironic. It's probably yours.
Yeah, it was a bit testy today. So It
Yeah.
can be like that on a Monday, though, can't it?
Can
we're
be.
just getting your head back into the game again after
Giving
the
up
weekend.
smoking again.
Yeah,
You know, all
but-
these things add up.
But
That's
testy.
right. If you're listening to that, you go, man, that sounds fun. I'd like to listen to that. It's bonus content. You won't hear it on the radio. 15 minutes per day sometimes. If you're keen to find it, search Hodaki Big Show wherever you get your podcasts from, and you could not only be entertained, but you could also win free stuff.
Good stuff. Let's get into a tune, shall we? Bit of Smashing Pumpkins to rock into the hour.
The Hodaki Big Show. Weekdays at 4 on Radio Hodaki.
Skid Row there on the radio. Hodaki Big Show. Now, after the massive sporting weekend we had, our big poll today...
Oh, you mean this?
The big poll. Was simply All Blacks, yes or no?
That's right. You can vote up at the Hodaki Big Show's Instagram story. I've just done that, right? And it has told me,
Are we going to do our guesses or not?
yeah, okay.
I'm going 100%. Yes.
What do you reckon,
Oh, no,
Jase?
there's always going to be some people that are a bit contrary,
Sure.
Mogi, so I'll go 95.
Okay, well, I've just done it. I've just voted on it, and it says 100%.
Yes!
Wow. Okay.
But I don't know if that's like a weird glitch that's happening.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
I don't know,
It's
Keyzie.
our first ever 100%.
It would be, yeah.
So we've had 100%, we've had 50% as well.
Right.
This is our promised land, man.
100%.
100% in favour of something, and it's the All Blacks.
You were
That's pretty good.
surprisingly sure when you made that prediction. You were surprisingly... Oh, no, it's 100%.
No, I didn't
if
say...
I had done that, would have been immediately...
say-
Oh, you cheating bastard.
I didn't say yes, it's 100%. I said I'm guessing it's 100%, which I did. But when I did vote way back at the start, it was 100%.
Right, okay.
Yeah. But I didn't think it would be 100% all this time later. But
I think that's wrong.
Why is that?
Because I just don't think it's updated or something.
Why? What did it say on yours?
I haven't seen mine. I haven't
Why?
voted on it.
What
but
did it say on yours?
I refuse to believe that everyone out there is 100%
wow,
voted
look,
for the All Blacks.
100%. That's a great result.
Pugs.
Is it 100% Pugs? It's 91% yes.
Oh, 91.
Why does it do that?
But you're not asking me now. You're asking me a couple of minutes ago. So now I'd say it was about 90, 91.
Oh, a minute later.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, because people have heard this.
Yeah.
And then gone on and voted.
Naysayers. Yeah.
Right, but anyway, as you'd imagine...
Pretty good result.
Yeah, very good result. And, you know, particularly after the courageous effort over the weekend, it'd be very... Even if you're not a big rugby fan, you've got to admire the courage of the fellas out there to hold the line!
Yeah, it was great, wasn't it? I can tell you what, the timings of the matches are just phenomenal.
That's so good.
Get out of bed, make a coffee,
Perfect.
put the footy
She
on.
owned.
We made scrambled eggs and bacon at halftime. And avocado. And they were delicious. And mushrooms.
You have any darts?
No darts.
Grow up, man.
Because I've got asthma. And it was amazing. It was just great watching, I loved it.
I just had a bit of toast with peanut butter. And...
Butter? Butter under the peanut butter?
A couple of flat whites. 20 durries.
Beautiful, man.
But old Muggers, if you missed earlier in the show, what did you have? You had your...
espresso martinis.
Espresso martinis.
Croissants, pain au chocolat, and a few darts.
Yeah, nice.
That's how the French would want it, man.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
Hell of a tune that on the radio, Hodaki Big Show this Monday afternoon. But let's get into a bit of TV chat. What's on the telly with Mike Minogue?
Yeah. I have been watching over the last sort of few nights. Well, over the weekend, I watched the new Beckham documentary on Netflix. And it is absolutely amazing. Cannot recommend it highly enough. An incredible piece of filmmaking. I don't think I've ever really thought about the Beckhams too much, except to think that he was a bit thick.
Yeah.
And not much more, really. Except whenever he has been bagged in the press, I'd sort of, I don't know, go along with it. It's 20-odd years ago. How horrifically he was treated, that guy, by the press and by the public for doing things that weren't even wrong. Shameful, and his stoic response. Incredibly well-raised guy. Incredibly talented. And who would have thought that relationship would have lasted as long as it has? Pretty amazing. It is a must-watch, and I will be watching it again.
Interesting, because I've come across that a couple of times and just gone, nah.
Same.
Nah, because I'm not a Beckham sort of enthusiast.
I tell you what.
But on your recommendation.
You watched this, and the effect it had on me was I want to start watching football, one, and isn't sport absolutely incredible?
Yes.
It is a brilliant, brilliant documentary. I think it's 3 parts. And weirdly, it's directed by Fisher Stevens, the actor, who you'll remember as one of the sort of consiglieres in Succession, and also was in Short Circuit as an IT specialist, apparently from India, but really is an American, wearing blackface and doing a terrible accent.
Wow.
We should bring that up, actually.
We should definitely bring that up.
Inspirational.
It's one thing I've noticed recently is that a lot of people are now getting into sports after watching docos, like Drive to Survive is a classic one.
Yeah.
The F1. A lot of my friends are now into Formula 1.
The Jordan one.
Yeah, the Jordan one, The Last Dance. A lot of people into NBA now, which is cool. Last night I watched Celebrity Treasure Island. Episode 11 and 12 have come out, and I know from Pugs that episode 12 is quite intense and features certain people being kind of nasty and horrible, and I want to see it. but I'm not up to that bit yet, so I'll watch
Okay.
that tonight.
Yeah, great. I watched The Porn Identity.
Oh, is that the first one of the trio?
I just watched the first one.
Yeah,
I think there is a trio, but...
Is that starring Matt Camon?
Yeah. I think so, actually. I think so. Yeah, I wasn't really paying attention to who was playing who, to be honest. Well, it was a big weekend. I was quite tired, Mogi.
Sure.
That's really disorientating. When all the action's happening, they keep cutting to different camera angles.
Yeah,
And you can't get a handle on what's actually happening.
But no, good. I recommend it.
You're going to watch the second one?
movie?
Yeah, I think about 195 minutes.
How long did you watch it?
195, gee whiz.
Yeah.
How long do you watch it for?
4.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
Alice in Chains there on the radio. Hodaki Big Show this Monday afternoon. Now we're heading into summer. So this particular little tidbit of information is quite relevant, Mogi. The Manu World Champs.
Man, I cannot tell you about how thrilled I am with this. I've got a mate who made a short film called Manu Masters.
Yes.
Got another guy I know who's developing a documentary on it, which looks absolutely incredible. There is a real revolution, or at least a rise to the surface. It's always been a part of our culture in New Zealand.
Yes.
And some people can do it and some people can't. So it's good to actually have it, something like this, which brings people from all over the country to decide once and for all who can.
It's funny you say, sorry, Keyzie, but it's funny you say
Jase.
that, Mogi, because you say some people can do it and some people can't. Because of my sort of diving background, I could never do it because I always hit the water like a needle and just and I don't do the big
Interestingly, that is a type of bomb in which if you make zero splash, that is I mean, it's not, it doesn't have the same sort of esteem as a huge one.
Yes,
but the needle is regarded as a form of the pin drop is regarded as
because I'd imagine, Keyzie, you'd do a massive Manu.
Why is that? Because I'm part Māori.
No, I just looking at your body shape, that's all.
Yeah, well, you'd be right. I can do a Manu, and while we were discussing it just then, I was thinking we should do a Manu competition and film it.
I think the problem we've got there is Jase can't swim.
We can put floaties on you.
Oh, that would be cool.
You could have a flutter board.
Floaties. Yeah.
Would you do a Manu competition?
Nah.
In a little pool?
Nah.
What about at the town pool with the 3 levels and you jump off the 3-metre one?
Nah.
What about Mogi's pool?
I do it at Mogi's pool. Yeah.
If you want to see a photo of Mogi's pool, by the way, check it out Instagram.
It might need a bit more water in it.
We'll give you a score and also diphtheria.
Yes.
Also, by the way, if anyone listening doesn't know, a Manu is a type of bomb that you do off the wharf usually.
To make as big a splash as possible.
That's right. And sometimes you can do it holding a Coke bottle so that it goes flying into the air. That was always the classic. I used to do them off the train bridge in Tauranga growing up. But, jetties, wharfs, those sorts of things.
Yeah.
And there is officially a World Champs. We are celebrating this. It's sponsored by Z. It is the Z Manu World Champs. If you are keen to enter and actually secure yourself a spot, head to manuworldchamps.com. There is 30 grand to be won by the top Manua. And I interviewed the New Zealand Manu champion about 3 or 4 years ago. He walks around in 2 pairs of shorts because whenever he does a Manu, it rips through the first pair.
How good.
Wow, yeah, he's got good technique going on.
And he's a mid-50s fella, stocky man, and he just had 2 pairs of shorts on at all time, was just like, You tell me where to go and I'll go there and do a Manu for you.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, nice. Get involved in New Zealand. Sounds great.
The Hodaki Big Show, weekdays at 4 on Radio Hodaki.
Well, there you go, you mad bastards. That's your Monday show done and dusted. I hope you've survived yours, Mogi. The plan tonight, made a quiet one of recuperation and rest.
Yeah, I'll just be going home and hanging out with the daughter. Still trying to get her used to, having a nanny, so we'll see how that's going when I get home.
Yes.
And then, it'll be a quiet one, man. Back on the straight and narrow. I'm pumped about it.
Good stuff, mate. What about you, Keyzie? What are you up to?
Tonight got a big game of netball. So that's at about 8 o'clock.
Is that still going, is it?
Oh, mate, she's all year round.
Right, okay. It seems like a very long season.
As soon as we win the competition, we sign up for the next competition, which starts the next week.
Right.
Yeah, so I'll be doing that. And then for dinner tonight, we are making Big Mac tacos.
Oh, really?
which is tacos with mince and stuff and the sauce from Big Mac, and it's really nice.
Yeah, I saw one of those a recipe for that the other day. Actually, weirdly enough,
My wife saw it on social media somewhere, so we made them once, and they were amazing.
eyes to the front, Keyzie. I'll be taking it
Jase.
easy. Slow cooked pork ribs for us, actually. Because my wife actually is going out for dinner with her mates, so it's just me and the little one.
Right.
And I'll have some really nice chats with her.
Yeah.
We just dad-daughter sort of time. She'll tell me her hopes and dreams and aspirations, and I'll guide her as any parent should, Mogi. I'm looking forward to it.
Are you doing that in the slow cooker or the oven on low?
In the oven on low.
Yeah, right,
Tin
okay.
foil on top. Bit of sauce there. Beautiful.
Yeah,
so
yum.
tender, Mogi, that when you pick them up, the meat just falls off the bone there. Don't you start, Keyzie.
Just doing it because Mogi did it.
Yeah, I know. Hey, it's been a pleasure having your company this Monday evening. Make sure you check out the podcast. Also, check out our Instagram account. Till tomorrow. See you tomorrow.